for most of the people that knew him, he was like a dad. And you couldn't get away from that fact because he was everybody's big dog and everybody else was the pups. So a couple things I'd like to share with you today is the fact that he taught us discipline and love. The discipline being he'd kick you in the can, the love he'd hug your neck when it was all over and said and done. And anyone that met him liked him. Anyone that really knew him loved him. And that's not ever going to change. And one last thing, if there's a place, a shrine for somebody to be that's made a positive effect on so many people, then certainly he needs to be there. He's a Hall of Famer in my book. Love you, big dog. Thank you. Next, I think Tyler Bostic wants to say a couple things.
On behalf of my family, this is where our blood is. This is where our roots. And this was where I learned to play baseball in this county. And I was talking to Coach Napier and how we played All-Stars together. And at one time, and Big Dog did. My dad claimed me to be one of the best catchers in the county. I don't know that for sure. But I was thinking the other day. There was one time I remember during All-Stars, and I would ride my bike down to Dixie, and Dad had nothing to do with it throughout the whole season, and I believe Pete Shepard was supposed to be our All-Star coach in Little League. And throughout the practices, Dad was out there in the heat practicing us, and he was in the middle, of everybody. He was throwing soft toss, and he was going through the whole field. And I noticed a lot of the dads were over on the side, and they're by the truck drinking beer and stuff. And I remember at the time I looked over and I was thinking, man, there's a lot of work going on with Dad and everything. And I realized the funny part about it is the dads weren't letting him do it all. They were too afraid to come on the field because he had taken over everything as far as the baseball and teaching us. But I want to say thank you, and this is speaking on behalf of my family. I don't know if there's any other members that want to come up and say something, but this wholeheartedly means something. And there's many times that he sat around the house in his last years, and all he ever talked about his home was Syersville. And we lived in Lexington there, and he talked about home, and he said the happiest days of his life was waking up in Syersville. And I know he's happy right now. So I just want to say thank you on behalf of all of us in the Bostics. Thank you very much, guys.
Hi, I'm Megan. I'm the youngest of the 9 kids, and just like my brother Tyler said, my dad always said the happiest days of his life were when he woke up in Syersville, and some of the most precious moments of his life was being the baseball coach. He considered the boys to be his kids, and he said he was like a second father to some, and in fact he was like a first father to some of them as well. And after the tragic passing of my dad, you all just really embraced us, and you opened your arms to us, and you've treated us as a family. I know you're my dad's family first. We're my dad's family by blood, but you all were his family by choice and by love, and that really means something. And today is just bittersweet because while I wish with everything that my dad could be here today, he would be so proud, I know that he is with us, and he is watching down, and he's filled with pride at the way that you all have just encompassed us with love. And I can't think of a better way to celebrate the man and the legend that he was than by naming this field after him. It was his passion, it was his love. And I just want you to know that my dad would probably end it with a joke, a hilarious joke. I like to think I inherited his sense of humor, but I just want to end it by saying that Syersville will always be our home, and it will always be the heart of who we are. And I can't think of a better place for my dad to be. So thank you guys so much.
No, I'm fine. Yeah.
We have the board members please come up, and I think it's only fitting we can crowd in here. I don't know how long the ribbon is, but we need the family up here as well.
Mom.
One quick thing,
Greg, I think
the
Dale
board
said
looked
play
last
ball.
this past Thursday night, the name was park, so in the plaque will be hanging on the side of that building, and it was ordered, and the very next day, and it takes 10 days to get the engraving done.
Mom. Come here. Mom. Come here. No.
Go cut.
Greg, don't cut. Greg.
Tyler, you gonna cut?
Yeah.
I think the Bostic family has grown last
They've always been big.
They were always big, they've gotten bigger.
I now declare the Tim Bostic Memorial Sports Complex open.
Tyler.